What is going on, guys? I am the FD Guru, bringing to you guys a Thursday NBA edition of my DFS podcast. We have 9 games on the main slate tonight. Not a ton of value in the early afternoon, which is when I always do these videos. But we do have Anthony Edwards doubtful, so that helps things a little bit for value in Minnesota. So give this video a like, subscribe, and hopefully we bounce back from last night. We've had a pretty good overall season, so when we have shitty nights like Wednesday, it's frustrating at first, but I get over it really quickly, and most of you guys do too. We'll do a quick recap of what happened. It was funny because half of my lineup had great games and went above projections. It was just I had all of the floor performances from guys that I really liked. Keontae George, 12.6, one of his worst games of the year. Jaden Ivey, early foul trouble. Pistons got fucking destroyed by the Lakers, so he had one of his worst games of the year. Boncaro, definitely his worst game of the year, 12.8 against the Wizards. I mean, it all went to Franz Wagner, who we also had. But then we had good games from, Jaren Jackson, 6 blocks, had him in a lot of stuff. Şengün kind of underperformed in the second half, but he had like 27 in the first half. Jabari Smith did pretty well with no Fred VanVleet, some extra usage. Jalen Green absolutely cooked, 48. Aaron Holiday was the easy, cheap value of the night with no VanVleet. So, I mean, we had just a roller coaster lineup. We had some really, really good spots and then some unbelievably bad performances. So, we'll get back to it. Last night was tough. Let's turn things around here tonight. Again, like this video and subscribe. We have Thursday Night Football too tonight, Seahawks and Cowboys. So let's start our Week 13 off in the right fashion tonight. Point guard, probably going to be popular tonight. Mike Conley, he's been, pretty good even when Edwards has been in. He's obviously going to have a lot more usage with Edwards out. Maybe a couple extra minutes, but when he's on the court, he's going to have the ball in his hands a lot. 37 minutes last time against the Thunder. Might have been overtime. He usually plays low 30s. We can expect anywhere 30 to 32 minutes if the game stays close. We do have some big spreads tonight. The Timberwolves are 10.5-point favorites against the Jazz, even without Edwards. I don't know if that's including Edwards because he's technically not out yet. He's doubtful. I don't know if that line's going to shift or not when he does get deemed ruled out. But some other risky spots, definitely the Pistons at the Knicks. The Pistons are on pace to have one of the worst seasons historically. They have 2 wins. They're 14.5-point dogs at Madison Square Garden tonight against the Knicks. Let's see. The Cavs are 12-point favorites against the Blazers. So there's definitely a few spots tonight where we could have players not playing in the fourth quarter. So you definitely want to keep that in mind. That's why I use Vegas spreads, pretty religiously when I'm looking at lineups, and you should too. But Connolly at 5,300 needs 26 fantasy points to hit value. He's actually been playing really well lately, even with Edwards on the court. He looks good tonight. I mean, there's nothing to really hate about Mike Conley. He's going to be in a lot of my stuff tonight, barring any other point guard news. But I like him at 5,300. Shooting guard, we're going to go to... who the hell did I have at shooting guard? I honestly forget. Oh, I had James Harden coming off of a unbelievable game last night. I mean, the Clippers actually looked really good for the first time since they've acquired Harden. They kind of shit on the Kings a little bit. Sabonis is having a tough week, to say the least. But Harden, 5 steals, 26 points. I think he went like 5 for 7 from 3 or something like that. He was cooking in the first half. I like him a lot here. He's been pretty good. Russell Westbrook, ever since giving up his starting spot, has been playing minimal action off the bench. So Harden is the clear-cut guard here. I think he's starting to fill in here and find his form with his new team. He's playing big minutes. It's a good spot against the Warriors. This should be a very competitive game in Golden State. Is it in Golden State? Yeah, in Golden State. It's only a 5-point spread. Clippers are looking better. I like Harden at 7,500. I think he should be 8K at this point. 52 almost last night, and he's had mid-30s in a lot of games so far. I think he's projected for like 36 tonight, so I do like Harden. I think he'll continue his good play. This is a back-to-back. It's a 10 o'clock Eastern game. Hopefully, we don't get any weird resting with any of these stars on the Clippers. Small forward, we're going to go to, I have 3 Timberwolves guys in this video. Obviously, with no Edwards, there's going to be a lot of extra usage. We're going to go with Kyle Anderson. He should be starting tonight. Actually, Kyle Anderson's my power forward play. Gordon Hayward is small forward. No LaMelo Ball. He was extremely popular last game, and he did not perform. But the Hornets in general didn't perform. It wasn't just Hayward. It was a tough spot against the Knicks. Slow pace at Madison Square Garden. So I'm going to write that one off a little bit. He's still projected for 26.5 fantasy points tonight. He's, needing 27 to hit value. Obviously going to have extra opportunities with LaMelo Ball off the court. He's another good value play tonight. If you're a little salty over last game and him not performing with no LaMelo Ball, that's fine. Everyone has their, indifferences. So I like Hayward again tonight. I don't know where I'm going to be putting him, cash or GPP, but the opportunity is there. It's a better matchup against the Nets. It's still not a great matchup. They're pretty big underdogs in this game, I think, too. Yeah, they're 8.5-point underdogs, 224 over-under. It's not a bad spot. It's definitely a better spot than the Knicks. So Hayward looks pretty decent. It's a really, really cheap price on him. So we've seen him have huge games this year, 36, 61, 38, 38, 30. I mean, he had a stretch here at the beginning of the year where he was just absolutely cooking. So we know he's capable of having big games. Hasn't shown it over the last 3, but I still like him at this price with no LaMelo Ball. Power forward, like I said, Kyle Anderson should be starting with no Anthony Edwards. If he's not, he'll be off the bench and he'll be playing 25 to 30 minutes for sure. He's a guy that can handle the ball a lot as well. He has a couple triple-doubles in his career. I think he might have had one last year. He can definitely dish the rock. His assist numbers are no joke. Him and Connolly, obviously Connolly is the main guy, but Anderson is going to have the ball in his hands more often. A lot of people are, obviously, when Anthony Edwards doesn't play, but he's only been playing, 22, low 20s in minutes. He should have a great chance of playing high 20s in minutes tonight in the absence of Anthony Edwards. He's projected to start. They might do something weird, but we also have no Jaden McDaniels, too. He got hurt a few games ago, so they're pretty shorthanded. I think Kyle Anderson's going to play 25 minutes minimum. Anthony Edwards plays 36 minutes a game, so they got to allocate those minutes to these guys. And, Connolly, Towns, and Gobert already play big minutes. So we're going to be getting those 36 minutes chopped up into, Kyle Anderson, maybe a few extra for Neil Alexander-Walker, who is, going to be a popular guy again at low 4,000s, but he's pretty untrustworthy. I'm probably going to end up falling on him one way or the other. Kyle Anderson, 5,600, needs 27 fantasy points. He's going to probably be pretty popular tonight. I don't mind him. Multiple position eligibility, small forward, power forward. So that's always a plus. And then we're going to go to Towns at center. His price is a little expensive, but Towns is a guy that can really benefit from a guy like Anthony Edwards being out because he can actually dribble around the ball. He can be utilized. A guy like Rudy Gobert, like a true big man, I don't think Edwards being out really, hurts or helps Gobert. He's still going to do his, galloping down the court, getting rebounds and putting back stuff. I think Towns can benefit from a guy like Edwards being out because he's a little bit more hands-on with the ball. I think he definitely has a high ceiling tonight. We could see a 50 burger out of him tonight. He's had a couple of those this year. Even 2 weeks ago, he had 50-plus in 3 out of 4 games. He needs 43 fantasy points to hit value tonight. He's projected for like 44, 45. So in this spot without Anthony Edwards, I personally think he should be over $9,000 salary. So we're definitely getting a value here. He's not priced for Edwards to be out like a lot of these Timberwolves guys are. So obviously, unless we get some, pretty big news later on from now until the evening, the Timberwolves definitely look like the best value team tonight with no Anthony Edwards. That'll do it for this video, guys. Let's cash this slate. Let's bounce back. Put last night in the rearview mirror. And like this video and subscribe. Until next time, I am the FD Guru. Peace.